What is poppin', everybody? Today we're gonna do a special video. We're gonna return to my Pokemon games tier list, which I originally made on June 10th of last year. We're bringing it back. We're gonna update it for a few reasons. But first things first, I want to give a shout out to Mop and Pop Frizzy for this incredible background music I'm listening to grad school, the instrumentals. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. Oh, it looks like you can hear it. Yep, we're listening to it. Straight up, somebody got some good shit cooking. Go get our newest album, Real Nigga Hours 2, released on June 10th of this year. Good shit, good shit. Alright, let's break it down. We're going to do the Pokemon games tier list for a couple reasons. One is that Sword and Shield are out now. Now, you don't see Sword and Shield on here. I'm using the exact same tier list that I used last year. They did not update this with Sword and Shield. That's a damn shame. But what I'll do is, once I finish it, I'll download it, put it in Paint, and slap Sword and Shield on there myself so everyone can know where Sword and Shield should go. Alright? Secondly, this was actually sparked my idea to do this. Let me disable streamer mode in case someone's trying to contact me. So yeah, by the way, happy birthday to Cam. This probably won't be uploaded on his birthday, but big shout out to Cam. Big 25. Shout outs to Cam, everybody. My fucking grandpa in this shit. Not Drampa though. Yeah, let me see if I can find this. We had a discussion about this last summer, and some people were confused. Wait, no, this was when the tier list first started popping off. Hold up. Yeah. Here we go, I think. This is... Yeah, okay, so first of all, Mop says... So this is the tier list. You guys remember this from my fucking video last year. That one is more accurate, or more correct, but I still think that if I want to be pure Fuego, then make one! Do this video, Mop! Make one! Anyways, that's not what I was looking for, but, so he's talking to Michael. Michael made a Garbo list. Fuck Michael's list, dude. That list. Look at this Garbo list. What the fuck? I don't even know where to begin with that. His list is pure garbage. Mine is much better. Even the fucking people in SDC agree with me. So yeah, Michael was very confused that, where did I fucking put... Where did I put the shit about... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he was like, you put Ruby and Sapphire higher than everyone. I'm like, what? They're in the same tier. Basically, Michael was confused. He thought that my shit was ordered within the tiers. I said, no, I'm not autistic enough to do that. But you know what? I am autistic enough to do that. I have been playing these games for 17 years. I think I owe it to the people to order them within their tiers, to give an actual full ordering, not just vague tiers. Let's fucking do it. Let's reorder these. I also have changed some opinions. You're going to see some games will be in different tiers than they were last time. I think I was a little harsh on some games last time, but we'll get to that. We're going to start. We're going to do this shit. Now, one thing is not changed and will never change. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald are the best games of all time. Emerald is my favorite Pokemon game, and then we're going to put Ruby, because Ruby was my first Pokemon game that I ever beat, and then we're going to put Sapphire right there, because it's basically the same game, it just means the least to me of the bunch. So there you go, that's your SS tier. These are the games that will never be topped. These are the cream of the crop. Oh, I'm spitting bars. Hold up. Okay, yeah, these games fucking go crazy. Love Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. You guys know I have been a Hoenn fanboy for my whole life since 2003. Let's go. All right. Now let's what's an easy one? What's another easy? All right, we're gonna go to the bottom tier. Now I still maintain. Where the fuck are these games? Why are these not ordered correctly? Wait, no. Yeah, no, here we go. Like, it's so weird. Some of them aren't. Are these ordered by... Oh, these are alphabetical, right? Yeah, these are alphabetical. Alright. So, the bottom, we got red and blue. I still maintain that these games are extremely overrated. The Kanto region as a whole is extremely overrated. Red and blue are just boring as fuck. And, like, look, for the time, I'm sure they were great games. Like, really, I'm sure if I was... capable of playing games when they came out, if I was not a fetus when they came out, I'm sure I would have fucking loved these games, alright? And look, they're not all bad. Like you got your boy, right? Your boy enough is like a pretty redeeming factor. But look, they're not bad games. But when you compare to the rest of the Pokemon games, they just don't hold up, man. They don't deserve the pandering they get. They don't deserve any of the hype they get. I don't know. I just can't fuck with Red and Blue. They're ugly, dude. I can't look at these games. I can't play them because they hurt my eyes. I mentioned this last time. These games hurt my eyes, and they just don't have any appeal to me. But there are two games worse than that. There are two Pokemon games worse. That's right. It's the worst games in the franchise. Pokemon Black and White. You want to talk about boring? These games are fucking boring. Ugh. I'm gonna make so many people. I'm being way more I guess confrontational in this video than I was in last year's. Really though, Black and White are my least favorite games in this series. I did not enjoy them. They fucking ruined competitive Pokemon for me because the meta fucking sucked. Now this isn't a competitive video, but it's hard to detach myself from that given how much I love the Gen 4 meta. I couldn't tell you a single fucking thing about these games. They're just not memorable to me except for a few spots that get memed, like fucking N on the Ferris wheel, like Ghetsis' Hydreigon, that's cool. That was kind of challenging, but not really, especially in Black and White 2 when I beat it with a fucking STD. I don't know what to say, dude. You're not gonna make me like Black and White, but I will say this. There's a lot of potential in Black and White, I feel. I want to like these games because I see a lot of things that they were trying to do with these games that I think could be, if they were rehashed. Basically, what I'm saying is I would be totally down for a Black and White remake that, fixed a lot of this shit, If I think a Black and White remake could have the potential to be one of the best games in the series. Because here's the thing. I said last year, and I still maintain this, Black and White was arguably the most hyped I've ever been for a Pokemon game. And there's a reason for that. And there's also a reason why I hate it so much. Because it disappointed me. It was such a disappointment because all the good shit I was hyped about just got, bastardized, I felt like. But that good shit is still there. Conceptually, the good shit is still there, right? So I think a Black and White remake could be really good. And even in Black and White 2, we saw these improvements. I'll go ahead and rank Black and White 2. I'm going to put Black and White 2 in B. I still think they're B. And I think they had massive improvements over Black and White. I think they fixed a lot of the issue. Where's White 2? Here we go. But that good shit was still there, right? They just did it better. And they now there are still some issues, don't get me wrong. The fucking experience, the way that the game calculates the experience you get made it really hard to grind. But not perfect games, but they are going in B. Shout out to Aurora Virus for being alone and divorced. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in B. But Black and White, they gotta stay in D, man. They gotta stay down there. Black and White gotta hold that L. But Black and White 2 though, Black and White 2, great improvements. You could actually get Pokemon from other regions. Imagine that, incredible. All right. Where do we want to go next? All right, so I put Red and Blue down here. I still think Yellow's in C. Yellow is low C. I think Yellow is better than Red and Blue, but not by a whole lot. It's a C minus. I'll put it down there just because you can get all 3 starters. That's really cool, and it was a conceptually an interesting game. Just starting with Pikachu as the starter, just like the anime. It's cool. It's cool. It's not it wasn't groundbreaking as a third version or anything. I don't think, but I'll put it as a C minus. And since we are in the C tier, I will go ahead and do Battle Revolution. I'll put Battle Revolution slightly above yellow here. Battle Revolution, what can I say? During Gen 4, Battle Revolution was the shit. I loved Battle Revolution during Gen 4, and for a long time I wanted there to be another version or another game similar to Battle Revolution for a current generation. But, you know, now that the Switch is out and we have Sword and Shield on the Switch, the mainline game kind of is Battle Revolution. Like, it fulfills the same need that Battle Revolution fulfilled, to be able to see your Pokemon on the big screen, on a console, and HD graphics. And a lot of people want to shit on Sword and Shield's graphics, but I mean, come on, guys. Everyone's sitting here talking about, oh, Battle Revolution look better. You guys are clowns. Battle Revolution does not look better than Sword and Shield. Come on, bro. So yes, so we don't need another Battle Revolution. There's no point really to play Battle Revolution now unless you just want it for nostalgia. But yeah, Battle Revolution back in the day was a good game, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It was nice being able to like see your Pokemon on the big screen like that. So Battle Revolution, it doesn't bring a lot to the table today. It hasn't aged very well, I don't think, but it gets a respectable C. Like, and by the way, I think I said this last year, but nothing's like really bad. Like, alright, so like, I'll break down my criteria. So like SS through A, these are like these are just the greatest games of all time. You gotta play these games. Like I'd be down to play SS through A, like any day, anytime, anywhere. They're that good. B is like, may not necessarily have that much replay value to me, but it's still a good game that I think everyone should play. C is like, you know, you don't need to play it. I don't think it's mandatory to play it, but it's not a bad game. I think you can enjoy it. And then D is like, all right, these D games, you only play these if you're a true fan of Pokemon. Only play these if you're trying to be the completionist. But like a C, even though that's low on the scale, a C is not a bad game to me. I think C's are good. The C's on this list are good games because Pokemon's just that good. Pokemon is just that good, man. Like these C's on like if we were looking at the grand scale of all video games, these C's would be like high B's probably. You know, Pokemon's just that good. Where are we? We're in. What should I do? What should I do? Let's do. Yeah, I gotta go with the goated remakes. Heart Gold and Soul Silver get an S from me. I mean, everyone loves these games. No one dislikes Heart Gold and Soul Silver. No one. How could you dislike Heart Gold and Soul Silver? No one has any gripes with these games. They're basically perfect. You know, there's something in these games for everyone. They improved so much upon the original games. They added so many cool features. They just had such a nice aesthetic, a nice feel. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, incredible remakes. They are the second best games in the series behind Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, in my opinion. They get a very high S from me. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we salute you. And hopefully we get another remake. Hopefully the Gen 4 remakes are on par with these games for just how much like they did, you know, and just how much they united everyone. Like back at no one was fucking arguing about Heart Gold and Soul Silver, man. Like if they were trolls, you know. Everyone was like, "Damn, this shit's fuego." What to do next? All right, the Gen 7. Hold up. We gotta talk about Gen 7. Everyone shits on these games. I don't understand it. These are A. I'm gonna put Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon above Sun and Moon just because I guess they're like more complete. You know, they have more Ultra Beasts, more shit. But like they're all A's. They're A's. They get an A+ from Willie. Fucking love the Alola region, the Gen 7 games. People are so hypocritical, dude. The same people that are talking shit about Sword and Shield being like, oh, it's only a 15-hour game, there's no story, the story sucks. These are the same fucking people who, when Game Freak tried to make the most story-driven RPG type game with the Gen 7 games with the craziest fucking story you'll ever see. These are the same people who are like, what's with all the cutscenes? What's with all the reading? I don't know how to read. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. These games are amazing. Lily is the best waifu in the entire series, and the Gen 7 games have the best music of any Pokemon game. That's facts. They get an A from me. I don't know why people be hating so much on these games. It frankly disgusts me. Now, they're not perfect. Because there is this thing called Festival Plaza that kind of sucks fucking dick. But we don't talk about that. Alright. Let's put Diamond and Pearl in A. Now, I am putting Diamond and Pearl slightly behind the Gen 7 games. I'm putting Diamond and Pearl just slightly behind them. And I think that that's because Diamond and Pearl, like, they're slow, man. They don't get me wrong. Sinnoh, incredible region. But Diamond and Pearl, dude, they were slow as fuck. And there's some pacing issues in the beginning. Since we're talking about pacing issues, let me go ahead and do something real quick. We're gonna do X and Y, and I'm gonna put X and Y slightly behind Black and White 2 and the B. Black and White 2 and X and Y are effectively tied for me. Like, my level of enjoyment of these games are basically dead even. I'm just putting Black and White 2 a little bit higher than X and Y because they're more challenging, and I think they're a little bit more memorable than X and Y. But yeah, these games are basically dead even in the B tier for me. I'm just giving a slight little edge to Black and White 2, but on any given day, I feel like this ordering could change. Like, maybe X and Y could be higher than Black and White 2, depending on what I'm in the mood for. But I wanted to bring this up because I think the Diamond and Pearl, Black and White 2, and X and Y all suffer from the same issue. They have the same flaw, and that is that their early game is not paced well. I think that the early game of all three of these, spanning across generations, is too slow. Like, the build-up is just too slow, takes too long, doesn't grip you that much, but Diamond and Pearl makes up for it a lot more than Black and White 2 and X and Y do, I think. I think Diamond and Pearl late game goes crazy. And I think, and I just think that it's a little less egregious in Diamond and Pearl, just a little bit. I think things do pick up a little quicker in Diamond and Pearl than they do in Black and White 2, and definitely in X and Y. So that's why I'm putting Diamond and Pearl in A above these two. But I just thought it was interesting that I think like, if I had to say something bad about these three games, it would basically be the same thing, the early game. Like, the early game is why I did not beat Black and White 2 and X and Y when they came out. I didn't beat Black and White 2 until 2017, didn't beat X and Y until 2016, because the early game in these games is just so off-putting to me. It's boring. But once you get past that, these games get really fun. And especially with Diamond and Pearl, we all know I love Diamond and Pearl. We need those Gen 4 remakes. We need them right now, damn it. So yeah, what else do I have left here? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the fucking greatest side games of all time, Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness. I know a lot of people think XD is the better game because of Shadow Lugia, and that's fair, but to me, I gotta put Colosseum above XD. Maybe that's just because I have more nostalgia for it, but I think Wes is such a cool protagonist. I think the aesthetic of Colosseum cannot be beat. I think it's just so cool. Yeah, dude, these games are horribly slept on. Dude. But let me tell you, these shits go crazy. Everyone talking about Sword and Shield's too easy, Sun and Moon's too easy, You think these games are too easy, motherfucker? Go play Coliseum and XD if you want difficulty. These games have the difficulty. These are the hardest games in the series, no cap. But God, they're so fun. They're so fun. They're just perfect. They're perfect, man. Like Coliseum is just, like, I can't even like form a coherent sentence about how much I love these games because they're so slept on. It hurts me so bad. They're just so ignored by so many people. So many people didn't get to grow up with them like I did because the GameCube didn't really sell that well. At least I don't think. That seems to be what I hear. Is that like it seems like a lot of my friends who like Pokemon didn't have a GameCube growing up, which is very weird to me. I think these games definitely could have been marketed better, but they have that cult following still. Come on, man! It's been 15 years. Give us a remake on the Switch to fucking bring these into the limelight. And when you see how well that sells, you're gonna want to make a third game. We need it, bro. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like I could go in depth about these games, but you just gotta play them because if you're watching this, you probably haven't played these games. Let's be real. And I'm saying it right here. Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness are better than every single mainline Pokemon game except for Ruby Sapphire Emerald and Heart Gold Soul Silver. No cap. That's facts. By the way, speaking of like my friends and stuff, I want to return to X and Y for a moment. Because there's something weird with X and Y, and it seems like a lot of people really don't like these games. Now, it's not like Sun and Moon, where people were talking shit about them from day one. The hype for X and Y was incredible, and when the game first came out, I remember everyone loved it. Everyone was riding X and Y's dick back in 2013. But it seems like public opinion has shifted on this game. Like, most people do not have a very positive view of this game anymore, it seems. And that's especially true. I'm not saying their opinion shifted. I think that, but I think it's especially true with my friends. I don't think they ever liked this game, to be honest with you. But literally, like, no one in STC likes X and Y except me. We got Rexro hates it, Mop hates it, Cam hates it, hates it, Cody never fucking played it. I don't understand it. I don't know. What I'm curious about is why am I the only one in the group who likes X and Y? Why am I the only one who enjoys X and Y? I don't know. What do you think it is? What is it about my personality that's so different from everyone else's that inclines me to like X and Y? I don't know. If you have a theory, leave it in the comments below. I would be very interested to hear that. Why everyone hates this game except me. I don't know. It's very weird. And it's not like I'm just a contrarian, because like I go against public opinion on Sun and Moon, but everyone except Cam, who never played the fucking games, likes Sun and Moon and STC. Rexro, Umbi, and Mop like the Gen 7 games, so like they agree with me on that. So it's not like they just hate all the 3D games. It's like X and Y's, they just don't like that game. I don't know why I do. Like I don't know what's so different. Anyways, that's just an interesting point. Doesn't really affect the placing of it. Let's see. Let's do. Yeah, let's do Fire and Leaf Green. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Fire and Leaf Green. I'm putting these in high A. Or not high A. No, hold up. Not A. I'm putting them in high B. Fire and Leaf Green are some high B's for me. Now look. I'm not a fan of the Kanto region. The Kanto region is my second least favorite gen. Only better than Unova, in my opinion. Kanto and Unova are like the only regions I fucking avoid, really. You know? But Fire and Leaf Green were some pretty damn good remakes. For the first remakes, for the first games to like get remade, their first try at it, these are pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. And I think they've aged pretty well. Not incredibly well, but pretty well. and it was really nice just being able to get those Pokemon in Gen 3. It opened up a lot. It was just some cool games, you know. Like you could, for once, I could finally play Gen 1 without my eyes burning, you know. So yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green, they get high Bs from me. There's like mechanically, like there's not a lot that I think is wrong with the game. I think they're solid games. It's just like they're Kanto, so like how high can I put them, you know? But yeah, they get high Bs for me. Like I don't return to these games often, but definitely when I was younger, I did. I played them a lot when I was younger. Uh, okay, so we're gonna talk about a position that I think I would like to change, or maybe not. Yeah, I'll talk about this. No. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so last year I put Gold, Silver, Crystal, and C, and that was because the same rationale I gave to the Gen 1 games about how like I can't stand to look at them and blah blah blah. I've realized now the Gen 2 games aren't as egregious as the Gen 1 games in that respect. Uh, I've been watching Leroy's Pokemon Crystal LP, and I'm like, this game isn't C. Like, let's put these boys in B. You know, we're gonna give them a low B. Like, they're still not. I still don't think these games are incredible or anything in terms of definitely not in terms of graphics. Now they have some fire music. They have some fire Pokemon. Like they're good games. Still not very visually appealing to me. Like I'm not out here returning to the Gen 2 games every day, you know. If I want to play these games, I play Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's just facts. But there was so much improved from Gen 1 to Gen 2 that I think I have to separate these from the Gen 1 games more because they are distinctly a step above the Gen 1 games. And I'm obviously putting Crystal first because Crystal gave us Chris. Man, that should put it in SS tier. Let's go, Chris. Yeah, I love Chris. That's the one sin of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I can't say nothing bad about Heart Gold and Soul Silver except they got rid of Chris for that whore Lyra. Nah, son, it's fucked up. Anyways, yeah, I'm moving these games up. Crystal is definitely the best of the bunch. If you're gonna play the Gen 2 games, play Crystal. And like, there's just so much you can do in these games. Not as much as Heart Gold and Soul Silver, obviously, but for like what 2001, like. There's so much you can do in these games. It's incredible. So, you know, they gotta go and B. Even though they're not that fun to look at, they're not as bad as the Gen 1 games. And, you know, I could play them and have a good time, I think. So, yeah, I'm putting those there. And conversely, I am bumping down Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2. I'm moving them to C. I had them in B last year, I think. These games are not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm going to put Stadium 2 above Stadium just because, you know, there's more Pokemon. It had the Johto Pokemon, so. But, you know, they're not bad, but it's also like, dude, come on. They're not better than Gold Silver. They're not better than Gold Silver Crystal or, like, they're not that much better than Battle Revolution. I think I enjoy these games a little more than Battle Revolution, just as like standalone games. And don't get me wrong, bro. Stadium and Stadium 2 are fun as fuck with friends. Like you get going on those mini games with people, it gets fun. They're good party games. That's what they are. They're good party games, I think. Stadium and Stadium 2, great games, but just not that fun alone. You know, like the rental teams are so bad, as they are in PBR. And yeah, I'm gonna bump them down though because I don't think that I could like as a single player enjoy them all that much. But I have a great amount of respect for Stadium and Stadium 2. I like what they did with the series, so I'm gonna keep them in a high C. I'm gonna put them as our highest C tier. They're just on the cusp of the B tier. They're very close to the Gen 2 games, but I can't in good faith say they're better than the Gen 2 games. You know. All right, let's talk about Let's Go. I will put them right here. Now look, Let's Go's another one of those games that got a lot of hate. And I can kind of understand it in this case because it's Kanto Remake number 6 billion, and people were tired of it. I understand it. And look, these games, they don't do anything crazy. They're not like innovative in any meaningful way, I don't think. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There was some cool stuff, like the overworld sprites. I really liked they introduced that. But look, these games aren't like groundbreaking. And there's a lot that I don't like about them, such as the Pokemon Go catching mechanics. God, I hate those catching mechanics. But I think I said this last year. They're chill. They're chill games. They're not meant to be super competitive or difficult. By the way, Let's Go actually had a pretty underrated competitive meta. Like, Melmetal's really spiced things up, you know? But that's besides the point. This isn't a competitive video. Maybe I'll talk about the competitive games another time. But just as games to casually play, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, they fulfill their duty. They're fun. They're not hard. You can just sit back and enjoy them. Just chill. They're lazy games, all right? They're lazy games. They have a pretty nice aesthetic. Some people don't like the graphics. I didn't think they were that bad. Yeah, like they're not bad games. I think a lot of people unfairly shit on them. But it is what it is. I understand why. So you may be looking at this and you're probably going to notice Kanto games as a whole aren't ranked very high, but Heart Gold and Soul Silver are very high, and I genuinely believe that Heart Gold and Soul Silver have the best version of Kanto. They didn't just improve Johto tenfold. I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver actually have the best version of Kanto in any game. Like the originals, Let's Go, the Gen 2 Kanto, Fire Red and Leaf Green, But dude, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think they actually have the best version of Kanto in any Pokemon game. I think that's just how good Heart Gold and Soul Silver are. Okay, so we only got 3 games left. How I'm going to order these is kind of difficult. I think the ORAS and Platinum are effectively dead even. But I'm going to slightly, like just a sliver, just by a hair, I'm going to put Platinum next, above ORAS in the S tier. Platinum took Diamond and Pearl and improved them a lot. Probably the biggest jump in any third version. Yeah, I think that's true. Probably the biggest jump in any third version. It improved a lot of the pacing issues, especially in the early game that I mentioned. It made things faster, like the surfing speed. Does anyone remember Diamond and Pearl's surfing speed? Hello? Platinum fixed that. Thank you. And the whole Distortion World thing was awesome. Dude, Platinum is crazy. I love Platinum. As you can tell from my Let's Play of it, I am a big fan of Pokemon Platinum. Love this game. I think Platinum really solidified Sinnoh for me as my second favorite region. Just, so many good memories of Sinnoh just in Diamond and Pearl alone. But then Platinum came along and it just made it better. It got rid of all the problems. Platinum's crazy, dude, and I hope the Gen 4 remakes take into account the improvements that Platinum made. I hope we keep just the Distortion World, and I hope that like the pacing is more like Platinum pacing. Oh, dude, Platinum's amazing. I love it. It's a really fucking good game. And then, of course, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now, since these are 3D games, they are, of course, going to have everyone and their mother hate on them. So, it is what it is, but... Sorry, I had to take a sip of water there. It's at 7.8, too much water. But, even though everyone hates on these games, I love them. I think they're great remakes. Now, I think they are the only remake that did not improve upon their original. Like, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver are vastly better, leagues ahead in terms of being a remake. But that's kind of an unfair comparison, because, like, how do you remake the best game ever made? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, there are some legitimate gripes, I guess, with this game. Like, the Battlefront tier is not in ORAS. They got rid of the Battlefront tier from Emerald. But let's be real, everyone who says that shit never beat the Battlefront tier. They just want an excuse to hate on these games. Like, oh, the Battlefront tier was so fun. Really? Really? Alright, let me see your Emerald save file. Let me see that save file, boy. Alright, so... Also... The Battle Resort's not bad. Like, the Battle Resort is fun. Sure, I'll admit the Battlefront tier, I like that more than Battle Resort, but the Battle Resort's fine. It's fun. And there's just so much improvement. And here's another underrated part of Gen 6. Gen 6 games had the best online system. That is a fact. Gen 7 sucked, and Gen 8 sucked as well. At least it sucks right now. Maybe it'll improve, but the X and Y and ORAS, the PSS, so easy to use. It was perfect. That made online just so convenient. That's another underrated thing a lot of people... Because, dude, Festival Plaza was ass. Whatever the fuck you call the shit they got in Sword and Shield, that is ass. And, like... Yeah, it feels like they just got the online shit correct in Gen 6. I know that's a very small thing for a lot of people, but it just bugs me that they just got rid of this perfect system. But yeah, man, ORAS, those are the games that got me back into Pokemon, you know? So I have a very strong attachment to ORAS, because, you know, Black and White, I played Black and White begrudgingly, beat them, really didn't like them. Gave Black and White 2 a chance. Got bored in the early game. Was already just so fed up with Gen 5. Gave X and Y a chance a little bit. Same thing as Black and White. Got fed up. Really didn't give a fuck about Pokemon. And then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out. And I was like, let me give these games a try. And I fell in love. I fell back in love with Pokemon. I fell in love with these games. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are the reason I'm fucking making videos right now, man. I probably would have never came back to making Pokemon videos if Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire hadn't been so damn good. So that's what's up. This is my new updated tier list with the games ordered within the tiers. I think this is correct, but there's still one thing left to do. Let's download the image, throw it in Paint, and do a Sword and Shield placement. Let's see, where do I go to find this image? It's going to be my downloads. You guys are going to see some fucked up shit. That's okay. Oh, there it is. Alright. Let's get Sword and Shield. Covers. I don't know where to find these. Alright, let's actually do them individually. Pokemon Sword Sword cover square. Is there a square version? No. Pokemon Sword cover. Alright. Oh, here we go. Purse. Alright, I'm putting Sword and Shield. Holy fuck, I didn't mean to expand the... Is there a way to not expand it? Whatever. I'm just gonna shrink this bitch. Wait. How do I make it maintain aspect ratio? I thought I held shift. Apparently not. Apparently not. Let's see. Let's go for 200 by 200. Even that's probably too big. 150 by 150. That's too big. 100 by 100. I could probably do this without dragging. There's probably a way I can manually enter this. But I'm not a paint expert. I'm sorry. .101 by 101. Alright. It's a little too big, but it's okay. Alright, I'm putting Sword and Shield in the A tier, below Diamond and Pearl. Oh, shit. Oh, that's stretched as fuck. Alright, yeah, right here. Right there. Right there. That looks so bad. That's so bad. Yeah, I'm just... Do I have to do that again for Shield? Like, do you guys get the point that I think these games are A tier? Pokemon Shield. Yeah, these were my favorite games of 2019, as I said on Nighttime Nostalgia. Let me resize that bitch. Percentage. What would the percentage be? I want to do like literally like 20% and then some, you know, like, yeah, this is so bad. Yeah, Sword and Shield are A tier, bro. I don't know what to tell you. These are some games that got a lot of hate. A lot of people got a lot of shit to say about these games, but I think they're good. Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. But man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't get what people's gripes with these games are. Oh, the one tree looks weird or some shit. Again, people were never as critical about games prior to the 3D era as they are now. It really started with like ORAS, I think, because people weren't even that critical of X and Y when it first came out. But for some reason, everyone got hyper critical of everything when like they made the transition to 3D. I don't get it. Like no one applied this level of criticism to Black and White, which actually fucking deserved it. But anyways, Sword and Shield they're fun. They were my favorite games of 2019. Playing through Pokemon Shield for the first time was one of my favorite memories of 2019. These games have incredible characters. Incredible characters. The story's fine. It's not as good as like Sun and Moon, but it's a fine story. I don't think it's that bad. There's so much to do. Sure, the wild area is a little bit barren, but dude, it's so expansive, and there's like people say, "Oh, you can beat the game in 15 hours." Yeah, I did beat the game in 15 hours. That's because I like to play through the game and just get the story and then like do shit after I beat the game. And once you beat the game, like there's still so much you can do. Like even just like not even the official after. I'm just talking like you could spend hours upon hours in the wild area. Like I don't understand the issue that people have with these games. They're solidly an A tier, I think. Now this could all change depending on the DLC. I don't think it's going to move down on my list. Now the DLC comes out in 3 days. I don't think that DLC is going to move it down on my list. But I do think that the expansion passes could potentially bump this up within the A tier. I think if we consider them as one whole game with the Isles of whatever, I don't even know the names of the expansion pass, Isle of Armor and whatever the other one is. If we consider that as one whole game, I think they might be a threat. I think they could be moving up in the A tier. I think they could potentially surpass Diamond and Pearl and maybe even the Gen 7 games. And yes, I know that it may be controversial even to say that the Gen 7 games are better than Sword and Shield, because a lot of people, I don't know, these games both get a lot of hate, and they're both in my A tier, but I think Sword and Shield seem to be actually more well received than the Gen 7 games. But yeah, I think at this point in time, the Gen 7 games just have a superior story, just have a better aesthetic than the Sword and Shield. But that is subject to change when the DLC comes out. But as of right now, I am putting Sword and Shield at the bottom of my A tier. And I think they're great games that you should all play if you have not played them. Don't listen to the fucking haters on the internet. I think you guys should really play Sword and Shield. I think they're super fun. Alright, that's going to wrap it up. That's my list. Basically, you guys need to play... If you have not played any game in the A through SS tier, you got to get on that and play these games. These are the top tier Pokemon. As you could tell, I'm a huge Gen 3 and Gen 4 fanboy. That is what I've ascertained. Is Gen 3, Gen 4, and Gen 7. Those are my favorite gens. You know, play the Gen 3 games, play the Gen 4 games, play the Gen 7 games. And throw ORAS and Sword and Shield in there if you feel like it. I guess ORAS, you know, you could arguably say, like, that's just Gen 3 remade. So I guess really my only non-Gen 3, Gen 4-esque game is Sword and Shield. But hey, we like what we like, and we like it for a reason. These games are good. Play them. And yeah, I think that's about all. Hopefully I didn't piss off too many people with this video. And I now have an updated tier list with the games actually ordered within their tier. Subject to change, but whatever. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.